Hi Capricorn, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-October 2022 love reading. Thank you to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridge and gap spread. And the way it works is to look at the past energies, present energies, and future energies between you and your main love interest. After that, we'll actually pull some oracle cards for some additional insight, and that's where the bridge and the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have Contemplation. So this is actually the major arcana card for Virgo, so it's the equivalent to the Hermit in traditional tarot. And if we look at the artwork there, it looks like he might be drawing a painting. Well, if we could get it to focus. There we go. And then we also see an instrument in the background, so I could just be saying that you might just feel inspired when you think about this person, right? Whether it be artistically, or at the very least, I feel like this is saying that you're thinking about this person quite a bit. But given that we do see the back turn to the cards on the side, I feel like this is saying that there might be some physical distance between the two of you, and you might be considering if you want to take things further with this person or not. All right. Past energy on their side, we have the Six of Pentacles. So interestingly enough, in this deck, we also see some art taking place here too. So yeah, maybe the two of you connected through art in some way. But if not that, with the Six of Pentacles energy, it could just be saying that this is someone who likes to consider themselves to bring value into connections, right? So they might be the type of person who might look to see what you might be lacking, and they might try to provide that. But yeah, either way, this looks like this is saying that they did want to have balance within the connection between the two of you. All right, present energy on your side, we have fertility. So this is the equivalent of the Empress in traditional tarot. And so on the one hand, this could just be saying that be mindful of the potential for pregnancy if you are physically going to connect with this person this month. Especially because we do see the lion in the background there. So, you know, if you were to conceive around Scorpio season, let's say, then you would actually be giving birth around Leo season. But yeah, if not, that could just be saying that you're seeing a lot of potential for the connection now, right? Maybe you're seeing the room for growth there, an expansion within the connection. All right, and present energy on their side, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, Jupiter energy here, and to me this says that they definitely see some potential for this connection to grow as well. They might just feel really comfortable and at home with you, right? So I feel like there's definitely a comfort level between the two of you and a desire to see things grow within the connection. All right, future energy on your side, we have the Five of Arrows. So this is an Aquarius energy here, and I feel like this is more of a cautionary thing, right? If we look at the number of arrows that she's holding in her hand, we see 3. Get it to focus again. There we go. She's holding 3 arrows, which makes you think of the 3 of arrows or 3 of swords energy, right? Which is an energy of being wounded. So it could just be saying just be mindful and watch out for some potential self-sabotage, right? So maybe things start to get a little bit comfortable within the connection between the two of you, and you might all of a sudden just have this almost reflex reaction that might sabotage things a little bit. So just be mindful and watch out for that, right? If you have any wounding that you still need to process, especially because we see what looks like that angel figure in the corner also seems to be moving away from this person, right? Like, okay, if you're going to engage in that kind of stuff, we're out of here, basically, you know? So just something to be mindful of there. And future energy on their side, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, to me, this is another indicator of what I was saying. I feel like this person just really likes to feel like they bring value to things, right? They might take a very practical approach to relationships. We see there, it looks like the horse is drinking water, and we see him throwing some coins into the water, right? So I feel like this person just really might feel like everything is give and take, right? So I feel like they might, if you give them a lot of effort, they would gladly reciprocate that. But on the same token, if you were to potentially, not put in effort or try to sabotage the connection, I feel like this is saying that they would move away from it as well. I don't think they would fight to restore the balance there if they feel like you're deliberately doing something to undermine it. But yeah, that's what I see with that. And it could just also be saying that, they might be very steady and reliable, but they also might be a bit slow moving. So perhaps if you're getting a little bit ahead of the speed of the connection, right, where maybe you might be the one that wants to move things at a little bit faster, could just be saying you might need to be a little patient with them in that regard. I don't necessarily feel like that's the energy I'm getting for the majority of you, but for those of you, if that is the case, just something to watch out for there. All right. Bottom of the deck on your side, we have Fortune. So just like we saw the Wheel of Fortune and Present on their side, we see it at the bottom of the deck for you. So yeah, you might feel, again, we see, I was talking about art in the past year. Now we see more music symbolism, right? So there just might be some kind of a connection with you guys in some way when it comes to art, music, right? Maybe you hear a certain song and it makes you think of this person, right? You just might be getting messages in general, because if you look at that figure there, it doesn't look like they're physically in a room with her. So this might be getting messages within your dreams or whatever regarding this connection. But yeah, nothing else. This looks like it is saying that this is an important connection. And bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Strength card. So here, I feel like this is saying, actually, so I was saying here, I felt like if you were to sabotage the connection in a way, I feel like they might not necessarily feel the need to repair it, right? But seeing this here, I will say for a lot of you, this is saying that they would be willing to actually put in some effort to move the connection forward, right? So yeah, but again, I feel like it's very much for them. They like to feel like they're bringing value to a situation. All right, so moving on to your oracle cards. First, we'll see what we get from the Aqua Moonlight deck here. I did pre-shuffle this deck before we started recording, and what I'm going to be looking for here is unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. And initially, I'll be looking for jumpers, but if I shuffle for a while without anything coming up, I'll actually just put the deck down and we'll pull cards that way. But we'll see what we get first. All right, and two of those didn't want to go back in the deck, and then we'll see what we get from them to you. All right, and got one there. So first we'll take a look at the two on your side. Okay, we have Karma. There we go. It says my life is falling apart and I'm struggling. Interesting. I don't really see that playing out for you guys, especially with the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck and everything. The only thing I could see there is maybe with the Five of Arrows. Like I said, if you guys were to do something to sabotage the connection in some way, I feel like it's saying that whatever support you might be feeling as far as signs and synchronicities, you might feel like they come to a stop if you were to do something like that. So seems totally avoidable, especially considering that your other three cards are Major Arcana. But hopefully it resonated. And then here we have Choice. It says I'm trying to make a very difficult decision and it involves you. So yeah, that I could see relating to the contemplation energy where I was talking about that, you guys might be thinking about them a lot, but also considering whether or not you could see potential for the connection to move forward, right? So that would make sense in that regard. And then on their side, we have no. Okay, so yeah, this is far from the most informative card, but we'll see what the Wisdom Oracle deck adds to the mix. Same situation as far as I pre-shuffle this deck as well, but here we're just looking for one card with general advice for after reading up. Alright, and this one doesn't want to go back in the deck, so we'll see what we got. Okay, we have Truth Be Told. There's the artwork, and the number is 14. So we'll see what that has to say. Okay, the relationship message says people tell you who they are very quickly if you're willing to listen to what they say and pay attention to how they behave. This card calls you to engage in heartfelt, open conversation. It's time to see the truth about what you share with each other and tell the truth about who you are and what you need. No one can do that for you. Remember that your truth is always based on your personality and experience up to now. A higher truth to be found after you communicate honestly and see how doing so has helped you become more attuned to yourself. Don't hold back. Speak your truth and listen. So yeah, I would say overall that seems like that would be the most helpful energy. Again, going back to that Five of Arrows energy we see in the future, that's really the only problematic card that I see in the entire spread. And given that the majority of these cards are major arcana, it seems like it would be a minor blip. So just something to watch out for. But hopefully it resonated for you guys. We'll wrap up there and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.